Now,
I always think I'm really sexy with my voice like this.
yeah, it's better because it's like
It's like a little like hello.
I'm struggling.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Not Well. I'm Bobby.
I'm Jim.
I'm back. The real Bobby's back.
Yeah, because I was creepy.
I'm still a little under the weather. Not really. I'm just like in that recovery mode where it's like
I wouldn't be here if you were still sick.
But
You just
you're
sound
not.
yeah, like
your body's like trying to just throw
you said
everything
like
out.
Sunday or
Yeah.
Monday. You were like, I'm feeling sick. I'm like, he's not contagious a week later.
Yeah,
like there's no way.
So Sunday, I started feeling sick when I was on the way home from Kansas City. Which, by the way, I fucking.
Let's talk about that because you just got back from a trip last weekend, and I've been wondering. I've been following Caleb for a long time. Caleb Heron.
Yeah.
Heron. We love him. He's our fat king, and he talks up Kansas City all the time.
Like,
but I'm like, is it real? Like, because he's from there.
real.
So, oh, okay. What?
It's so real, and it's so wild
it's
to me.
fun.
Oh, it was so fun, and I was like again, I think I was getting sick because a Saturday I was hungover, but like I almost think I was like
You were probably just
starting
sick.
to get sick because I was like I couldn't get out of. I was like achy, and then I was like,
There it is.
But I was
You're
like,
like,
oh,
am
I'm
I-
hungover, but I
Right.
don't think I because then I remember when I got in the Uber, I was riding and I was like, my ears were getting hot. And I'm like, oh no, this is like sickness. But I was like, whatever,
I
push
hate that
through.
feeling. Yeah, push through.
So let me okay. So the city is interesting. There's not really tall buildings. Have you ever been to Raleigh?
Just no.
Okay,
Flown
so
through. I think.
that I don't know if there was a law or something, but they don't want it over
Actually, I
a certain
drove through
height.
it. Okay.
I think. So like there's
yeah,
a lot
like
of
you can't
buildings,
have 40-story buildings. Or
but
something.
it's kind of like Columbus in a way. But we have a couple bigger ones.
do have
where
some tall, like,
Theirs are all
30
cut off
plus.
at like probably
15,
20.
20.
Yeah, 15 to 20.
I like
and
that.
so it's spread out. They have like
weird.
It's like spread all the way out like 90th Street and blah blah. And I'm like, oh my, like there's a lot
I
of streets.
like that. Let me
Yeah.
look at a map while you're describing.
Oh, it is like actually crazy, and I really like Kansas actually better than the Missouri
What?
side.
Is that true?
Kansas is super liberal. It's wild. I was going down the
Well,
street.
they were the first people to pass that amendment for abortion rights right after Roe
You
fell.
can gamble in Kansas, not in Missouri. And I stayed in Missouri, and I was literally.
I didn't know that.
I was literally
Missouri's-
0.3 miles away from Kansas border.
Okay.
Like this is the line.
Oh, Kansas is west of
So
Missouri?
anything.
Wait.
Yeah. Anything.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
yeah.
thought it was east.
Well,
In my head, I was like, Kansas is on the east side.
no, because actually it's really a lot closer than you think. Like Kansas City actually is, and 70 goes through it, and they have
Oh,
670.
fuck me. I don't even know my states. Like, I've forgotten.
So basically,
yeah,
it
is.
splits on the west side. It's
Great.
Kansas.
Oh, it's St. Louis that is on the east side of
Yeah.
Missouri. That's what I'm confused
Right.
about. Okay.
But anyway, so yeah.
So you like the Kansas side.
I like the Kansas side, like Overland Park specifically. I thought it was really cute. I had some really good chicken wings.
Girl.
I met
You need
some
to
really
take
fun
me.
people. I know we need to go.
That's the thing is like now that
it's
you've
a cheap
explored
trip.
it.
Like it's a
right,
fun.
That's what I
just
like.
we need to find a way to get the direct there.
Wait.
Because I mean the direct home. So I didn't have a direct there. I had to go through Charlotte, which is whatever. Next time I'll probably go.
We
through,
don't need to go east to go west.
That's next time I'm gonna go St. Louis.
Okay,
Or
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
like St. Louis. So I was like, last time I flew to St. Louis, I got delayed and like I have a thing, but I need to go over it. And then on the way home, I flew Southwest, and there was nobody on the plane, and it was an hour and a half. So it was like it's really not far.
What? An hour and a half?
Yeah, it's not far.
That's like New York.
So
Like,
it's right. And then also, this is what I was thinking about Kansas City. That's
Fuck.
really kind of cool about it.
oh my, and you gain an hour.
You gain an hour.
Oh my God, we have to go.
I'm
I
telling
love
you,
gaining an hour trips.
it's kind of weird because it's like Kansas City, and people are like, oh.
but like,
it
if
was
it's like
actually
that,
really fun. It was like really fun. Good
I'm
food.
trying to
good,
see if we can do a flyover because there's like ways to do that on, I feel like on Apple Maps.
Yeah, like there's a picture right there. I mean, you can kind of see like.
It's so good.
Like, it's got like a lot of
cute.
small buildings, but it's like
Oh
spread.
yeah, I like
it's
this.
spread all the way out and it goes far, and the suburbs are really nice.
Oh, actually, this is like Columbia. You're like, it's like Columbia. It really does feel
it's
that.
literally Columbus, but it's
Like,
actually to
oh,
me,
there's
it's more
there.
city. It's more
and
city.
The green here. Oh yeah,
It's like better than Columbus. I'm sorry, I'll say it.
I believe that.
I mean, it just
No,
is.
it's like-
There's more culture, or there's more like the neighborhoods are like when you're in a different neighborhood. Where here you're kind of like, well, if it's not a German street, we don't know where we're at.
Literally.
So-
they look. Everything looks the same.
But it was actually like a really great trip. I met some
my
really
God, this
nice
is so
people. I had a
cool.
crush on somebody who was like so hot.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait.
I think I
Did
seen
you
you
tell me
pictures.
about
Yeah.
it? Yeah, he is cute.
Like, listen, I was
What's
going
happening with
nuts.
that?
Nothing. So hot, so fun. Met some really good people. Met some not so good people, but
Believe that. They're
also
everywhere.
they go to the bars when it starts. So they're like 9 o'clock it starts, and I was like, okay, I'll roll in.
I
At like,
cannot.
I'll roll in at like 10 because I'm new. I was like, I want to get there early so I can like set up, and then people come to me instead of me.
right.
walking
Like
into
here,
the-
you have to wait till midnight
Right.
for anyone to come to AWOL.
Oh no, 10,
midnight.
I walk in at 10 o'clock basically, and I'm like,
It's packed.
What the fuck? And then
That-
11 o'clock, it's slammed where you can't even move. There was like 6 different rooms, 2 different DJs.
What?
I'm telling you, bitch. It's just so stupid. It's so
This
stupid
sounds like
here.
Sidetrack or something in Chicago where it's like multiple rooms. You can go to the back, you can go to the basement, you can go to the top, you can go
wherever you want.
Side room.
There's all these side rooms. There's a little deck. There's a little patio you can stand on. It's like, and it was packed. And
in Missouri.
And they were hot. Sorry.
That's the difference. You said there's a little Denver flair, a little Western, a little Western.
It's hard to describe it, but it's like a very
almost cowboy because we're almost there.
Almost like I grew up on a field, but now I'm like liberal and I smoke weed. Yeah, like it's like I have like the background of getting dirty, but I also now know what it's like to be in the city. It's hot.
We need that. We need that here.
Yeah, I know. I'm like concerned. I'm like, if I run away from Columbus, is that going to answer the problems? Probably not. But also, what is making Columbus
your crushing anxiety
so
would follow?
Bad though.
Right. There's so many factors.
Everywhere I go, I'm like, well, this is better than Columbus. And but I used to not say that. And I think something it's when the Straits took over Short North, really.
Yeah, it's been a few years now where I'm like, the Short North is done.
Actually,
it's done.
Since 2019, I'd say.
My friend Jimmy went to Union last week when you were gone, like Thursday night, and he was like, what happened to this place? I said, Jimmy, you haven't been in it. Like, I said, me and Matt went earlier this year and we were horrified. Like, we walked into Union and you're like, this ain't it. This is not it anymore.
Right.
And then he was like, it was not like, he was like, someone got an appetizer. The food was terrible. The crowd is just, it's a little.
I just gotta step up to the plate and take all this that I'm learning from all these other cities
and open something
and have something here, because it's like, and make it very clear, like, you need to get there. Because what's weird is that, okay, so then all of a sudden the party's happening. It's like a big event. There's tons of people everywhere.
Yeah, it's like packed at 11.
And then by like 12:30, it was like starting to fade out. And I'm like, where's everybody going? And then, so I went outside. This might have been where I got sick too.
Yeah.
So I saw this group of people and I was like,
you had an orgy.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm going to go talk to them.
So I already ditched my old friends, like the ones that I was like, I wasn't going to like cling on to them again that night. I mean, I said hello and all that stuff, but I was like, okay, I'm going to go kind of wander off. Well, I see this group, and of course, and this is going to sound terrible, but like, when you're going to walk up to a group and they're going to accept you.
Oh yeah, right away. I can tell the energy, the looks, the eyes.
Looks, energy. They're not as maybe like
they're not always the most attractive.
They're high fives, but yeah. So I walk up to them and I'm like, so like, where's everybody going? Because it's empty. And they're like, oh, Missy B's. And I'm like, oh, are you guys walking or do you like get a cab or something? And they're like, oh, we're walking. You want to walk with us? And I'm like, yeah. And then they started smoking a joint.
Oh my God, you have a crowd. Is it legal there? I don't remember.
Yes, it's legal.
It is?
Yes. It's so stupid.
I can't. So out of control compared to, I mean, yeah, okay.
They have two major sports teams.
That
NFL
part,
and whatever.
That part.
And baseball, which I wish they would get hockey, and I would be sold, bitch. If they got a hockey team.
Oh, yeah.
And
cost of living has to be cheaper than here.
Gas was $2.45 or something.
I just had 30 cents off at Kroger. It was $2.89.
Closer to Texas.
Oh.
Oil fields, maybe.
It's like true.
So, yeah, it was a really good time. I had a great time.
What's Missy B's like? Is it
so Missy B's is like
a later.
God, I don't know how to describe it. There's nothing here like that.
God, I feel
Missy
so
B's
left out.
would be like. Do you remember Bear Happy Hour?
Oh yeah,
it'd be like that. There's
just normal people you can talk. Remember how many people we just talked to and
it was
got
cash
along
only
with
too,
there?
and the bartenders were so fast at their math, it freaked me out. So I'm sitting. So okay,
I love that.
So they have like a little seating area.
That's hot to me.
You walk in. There's a seating area.
Okay.
There's a big bar that has seats. Then you have like a little another seating area, and then you have a dance floor. But then you see these stairs. So you can go up these stairs, and they have a door that's closing it. So you open it up, and there's a whole upstairs with a whole bigger dance floor.
No
lights, camera, action.
No,
another huge bar. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Actually,
how did they have that in Kansas City?
Actually,
we have no place like that.
No.
Everywhere we go, there's one dance floor. It sucks. We have shit music.
We have shit music with people who are like cryptic.
Yes.
Cryptic in the crypt.
In the crypt.
They're like
Well, they're actively the bucket gays. Like they're the ones who are like the cirrhosis is kicking in.
Have you seen the DJ that goes at all the time?
Yeah,
it's like,
he's a little
And I'm like, I don't.
It's like no wonder the music sucks.
Actually, I don't know.
You think he's?
Well, no, I just
yeah,
like
it might be. Could be.
Yeah. And
could be.
You're just out of your league at this point. Like, honey, we need to just move past the baton. So I have to become a DJ too now. I mean, if we're going to fix this, we have to step up. And I hate that.
I do think that we have to be the ones.
Because, like, it's fun to have parties early too. Like, and then I wasn't mad about, like, if I didn't want to go to.
Essential.
If I didn't want to go to Missy B's, I could have went home.
You could have gone home and gotten to sleep by midnight and been a normal boy.
Literally.
You could have woken up the next day at 8 and been like, I'm well rested.
Yep.
It's like, Here, you like have to stay
have
up
to
till
stay up.
2:33, or you miss the main action.
Just to see people.
And it's not even action.
It's not even action.
Just to see people you see every weekend, you're like, well, this sucks.
And I'll say to you, there was definitely a big, diverse crowd in Kansas City as far as like, oh my God, do you know the creator that does the Hell, Welcome to Hell, and he's like this big guy with, his name's Mason something.
Yeah, what is that?
He lives in Kansas City, and he was there dancing right next to me, and I was like, I know this person from somewhere. He's a big dude, and that was a big thing. He like played football in high school, and then I'm like, there's a lot of things in Kansas City. Well, not my type.
I know. Yeah, I know.
He's definitely bottoming, and I don't go for bottoms anymore, like at all. Like
you are the bottom now.
Like I literally sort out
bottom.
on my apps. It's all sorted out. Like I don't have any bottoms on my.
I
my
love
apps.
that.
I'm not gonna play.
It does get rid of a lot.
It gets a lot
that you don't want,
and you're like,
and no offense, it's not even that like I necessarily.
Well, no,
want
but
to
like
bottom,
you don't want to.
like, I don't want to deal with it. The drama.
You don't want to.
I don't want to deal with it.
But like also,
hi, daddy.
Yeah.
It's like, no, not hi, daddy.
I had some guy just message me and was like, come to the airport, gave me the address.
What?
He's at a hotel. He actually kind of
the hotel's fine,
like,
but I'm
well,
like, I'm not parking my car in an $8 an hour parking lot.
Oh,
So fuck
that's
you.
the other thing. The KC airport is so fucking nice. It's like Columbus, but it's bigger. More flights.
Fuck?
And
It's bigger.
They have unisex bathrooms, and there's like 40 of them.
Oh, I love that.
You go walk in, there's like 1 through 40. and
so it's like stalls, like with
doors
doors
and
to the
covers.
basement,
So there's
doors to the ground. I mean,
yeah, so you can hook up in there. There's like on
I
Sniffies,
love
it was
that.
on Sniffies, it was like come to stall, like blah blah.
European. Those types of stalls are the best. You can hang your bag. No one can see your feet. They don't know if you're pooping or peeing.
You could go sit there and just play on your phone if you want to.
Yeah, it's dark. You can jerk.
You can jerk. I think it's really great. So I'm kind of just like, you know what? Like,
oh fuck.
I know.
And if you go first, I would have an excuse to keep visiting.
Well, right.
And then
so
migrate.
Right. We're going to just migrate because you make a lot more money. I looked, there's a lot of money there.
Yes, I would. We all
And
would.
I did stop by the branch there and I saw it and it was okay. And it's actually right across the street from the hospital I was born at. So I'm like, this is kind of like telling me something.
Oh, weird.
I know. It kind of freaked me out. I drove right past it.
Oh, that's so weird.
I know. And I was like, I was born there, but
Like,
I don't
this
feel
is
like I'm
my
not a
full
part
circle.
Right. Like, and it is a 40-year-old circle.
I'm like, you went back at 40, and this could.
And then
have
I'm
been
like,
you.
wait.
I could be doing all this fun shit.
Well, and then there's like,
that's the part where I'm like, it really is.
the
Like,
thing is, I love Columbus, and
I do like
I
parts
have
of it.
loved Columbus.
I have.
I just feel like there's
We've done it all.
got to be something.
Do you feel like we've done it all?
We've done it all, but
There's
also
very rarely a time where I'm like, this is new and fun here.
okay, but on a Sunday afternoon, in a gay area,
there's
usually
nothing.
there's people out and about and drinking and doing like tea dances, like go to any other gay
Do
city.
you remember that app, that website in New York? That's like, here's what's going on today, and it's like 30 things.
And then meanwhile, there's
here.
5 people at a bar that's like they're playing.
We went to Cavin's that one week.
It's so bad.
We
It's
went
like,
on a Sunday to Tremont. There were 10 people,
and it's just
max.
like God, like
That's
can
it.
we just So that's where I'm at with that.
That's it.
So Kansas City's great. If you go visit there. If you don't. But
Just don't tell the straights because we want to keep it as gay as we can.
And actually, they kind of commingle there too. It's very
I
interesting.
like that.
It's very just like
The good ones.
Everybody was cool, very queer.
As long as a straight man will let you.
Actually, it's a lot more queer there. There's a lot more lesbians. There's a lot more like queer people.
I like
too.
that.
So it's like actually a pretty big. If we're gonna compare, it's basically the same size as Columbus.
Okay, I
But
wonder how big
just
the population.
A different, and there's a. So they have a college right outside.
Oh,
so it's
what?
not even like Ohio State where
It's in the middle.
It's Kansas State, and it's like over to over like 30 minutes away. So like you saw the college guys close for the weekends. Do you know what I'm saying? Even though that's not in our league anymore, apparently, but yet both of us admitted something yesterday, and
here
so
we
here we are.
Both.
So anyway, do you want to hear the voicemail and we can get that through?
I want to hear it.
I don't know what is going to fucking happen here, and then we'll go into topics. And,
Yes,
and you can lead off the topic.
There are topics.
Hey, Bobby and Tim. It's Diane.
Diane.
Bobby's 6th grade amazing lesbian girlfriend.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not that sure.
You
but
turned
I
her
do
lesbian.
hope
I know.
He is
She turned me
okay.
gay.
Anyway,
We all hope he's
Bobby
okay.
was venting last episode about work, and I have to vent.
Okay.
I work in a small office, only about 6 or 7 people.
Oh, that is small.
My coworkers have told me since I started there 5 years ago that I'm sensitive and I'm
So funny, I
emotional,
don't remember her being so country.
which I am, like Bobby, but I like that about myself.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, try to dial it back while at work. Then, when I do that, then they start asking me, what's wrong? Why am I quiet? Like, damn, what is it? What do you want? You want me to be sensitive and emotional, or you want me to be quiet? I don't understand. These people are just my coworkers. All I want to do is go into work, do my job, and go the hell home.
Period.
Yeah.
Is that asking too much?
Oh my God, girl.
Apparently it is. Anyway, like, just mind your own business, people. Hope y'all are having a good day. Bobby, I hope you feel better.
Aww.
And I love you. Bye.
Aw.
Oh,
That was
wow.
so
What a
sweet.
nice ex-girlfriend.
I know.
It's like,
our song
and she's
was
lesbian now.
I know. This is how we reconnected.
I
She was
love
like,
that.
Yeah, she found.
You both turned each other gay.
We found love in an or what is it?
Hopeless place.
We had the song, Celine Dion song as our song. It was
Is that
of all the times you stood for me,
Because you loved me.
because you loved me. That was our song. And every time I think about it, I think
Please
of her.
press the train button.
Oh,
Celine.
I'm not actually a fan.
I'm not actually a fan. That's why we don't know the words. I'm not actually a fan.
we're not actually fans.
But
Yeah.
okay,
So
like, I want to tell her, no, it's not too much to ask. And
No.
Here's what I've realized. I used to also be annoyed by sensitive people sometimes because I'd be like, oh, they're just sensitive. Well, I would hear other people say that and be like, I agree. Or maybe, yeah, they're just making nothing out of something out of nothing, blah, blah. Now I'm like, no, actually, like, we should trust the sensitive people. Like, there probably is something wrong. Or that person who made a comment that the sensitive person disagrees with or doesn't like, that person's probably mean.
that's the one that's
like, they're
causing
an
the
asshole.
problems, right?
Yeah, like,
oh, are you gonna be
actually-
sensitive?
right. Oh, are you going to be sensitive?
so-
Oh, you don't like when I do this? It's
yep.
like, no, actually, you're an asshole.
Yep.
So, no, I don't. I guess I'm
Exactly.
sensitive. And who cares if someone's sensitive? That just means they have a tender, kind soul.
I actually think that being sensitive is like she said, not
It's
a bad
emotional
thing.
intelligence.
It is. It's like
it's a sign that you're in tune with yourself and other people, and you're like, wow, that would be. I wouldn't like that if they said that about me or did that to me.
It's kind of like being gay too. Like I
Yeah.
can't help it. I can't help that my senses go off when I'm
Right.
sensitive. So like
And we are in tune with energy. That's the other thing.
fully,
We are sensitive.
fully. And I know.
I can tell right
know.
away when I'm like, this person's not a nice person.
Kansas
That's not a
City,
good one. I
Kansas
don't want to
City.
meet them. I don't want to talk to them.
Kansas City. I was sniffing this guy. I was like, yeah, you seem like a really good guy. I did not think he was a good guy at the time. I was kind of sniffing it out. And lo and behold, he became an asshole and was like drunk after 4 beers and was like, yeah, and like doing
I love
so
it.
bad. But I was
you
like,
can tell.
I knew.
You're like, this is a messy
But
person.
I knew I also needed to go there to be near
Yeah.
his friends because his friends
Well.
were really awesome. And they're like, he does this all the time. I'm like, oh, of course. We all have these people in our lives. But
and we really do.
just to talk on that real quick, just as a quick little story for that, because I was
Yeah.
telling her, basically what happened is I've been sick, right?
Yeah.
So Thursday I go into work and I'm like at probably my worst
That
on
was
Thursday.
the day you were like, oh, I'm.
It was
worse.
the time it was gonna like
It's in my chest. I was
yeah,
like, what?
It was starting to move. Like it was probably on my starting to get better, but it was at the worst, if that makes sense. It was
Oh,
on top
yeah.
of the hill. So I'm there all day long hacking and I have a headache and my head was just pounding and it was
Clearly
so full.
ill.
Clearly fucking ill. So 1:30 rolls around and I'm like, you know what? My boss is out of town. He's off. So I'm like, that doesn't matter. I was not feeling good. So I was like, I need to just go home and finish my day at home. Not just
Right.
go home.
You weren't going to stop
Finish
working.
my day at home. So I was like, do I need to tell I'm not even going to mention names,
Right.
but let me just say it's the name that everybody calls a woman who complains about everything. So I go, hey, I'm going to go ahead and just head out. Like I thought she would have been like, yeah, you sound like shit.
Normal.
She goes, why?
What?
And I go, because I'm sick? And she goes, ugh. And she kind of looked away and I kind of looked at her funny and she goes, the reason why I say that is because I've been losing my voice and I've been feeling crappy too.
Then go home,
Then
bitch.
go home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Go
so then I
home,
stood there
bitch.
and I looked at her kind of funny and I was like, okay. And then I like walked out and she's like, feel better.
Oh, I
Bitch.
can't.
First of all, I hadn't even taken my lunch yet.
The reason I say that, you don't have to say anything.
I didn't even have to tell her I was leaving.
Like, you're
Like,
not the boss of me.
You're not the boss of me, bitch.
Yeah. Like,
so anyway, so
I'm
I
just
texted,
being polite and letting you know.
So Diane was texting me in the middle of this, and I was like, "You're never gonna fucking believe this."
Yeah.
And I like went through it, and then so that's why she was like, you know what? So listen,
I love that.
and it triggered me to where I don't give a fuck anymore.
No,
I don't.
right.
I don't. Go ahead. I
Yeah.
don't care if you think I'm a bad worker or not.
Right.
Good.
Oh, well,
I hope you
honestly-
do. Because guess what? They get away with murder.
Yeah. I feel the same way about work.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I had a comment recently that just sent me over the edge, and
I
I'm
remember
like,
you telling me.
Yep.
You
And
texted
I'm
me.
like, I'm done. I'm done. Bye.
They want
That's
you to
okay.
like be married to the job, but like even if you're doing a
But
good,
why?
Like if I'm doing a good job, leave me alone.
Yeah.
If I'm doing a good job,
I said, if you have a problem with the work, come to me about that.
That's what you can talk
I don't want to
about.
hear anything else because it's all unrelated.
But if you're going to tell me a review, I don't put in enough
You're not
hours.
dedicated.
Well,
up to what?
but I also finished all my work, so how am I not dedicated?
Yep.
I'm not just stupid. And no offense, if you're staying at work for over 8 hours,
And
you're stupid because that means you're not getting your work done in the allotted time. And if you say, well, it's just so busy. No,
it's not.
You're not doing, no.
I tell people that all the time at work. I'm like,
there's a cutoff, okay?
You are procrastinating everything. You are introducing distractions into yourself and your day all the time. Like I look over and I see some people, I'm like, well, they're on their phone again. They're not doing their job.
Oh, look, they're not.
Oh, they got up again to go get a snack. Oh, they just went to get a coffee now. Oh, they're talking to someone else in the workroom.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
I'm like, so you're doing everything but work. Like I'll sit there for 2 hours straight and do all my work and be done. And meanwhile, that other person is over in the corner and they have done less than a quarter of what I've done. Less than a quarter. And I get up and I'm like, where are you at in your work? And they're like, I've done this much. And I'm like, oh my God.
Right. And I'm kind of like, just for the record, just because you're chit-chatting on the phone with a customer does not make you a good customer service representative.
I know.
You're actually just taking up everybody's time. And then you're acting like, oh, I'm so busy. I have to be here till 6. That's because you won't shut the fuck up.
Business should be succinct. It should be quick. Phone calls should be like that too. You can butter them up a little bit, but you don't need to go on and on.
You say, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Great. Then I mean, I've heard of it. My daughter's.
No.
And I'm like, nobody gives a fuck.
They don't care.
Every call though, it's not just one call. It's every fucking.
Those are
call.
in-person conversations.
And I'm like,
those are in person.
Oh,
you
so
need to have
personal.
a close relationship to bring up your kids with a customer.
This is a person who creates more so that they feel needed. When in reality, like the work could be done. If we all just got a different fucking mindset and said, let's just get the job done right. We all could work 6-hour days.
Oh yeah, no,
even less.
In 4 days a week,
right? But no, we want to sit here and act like a meeting about the dumb program is like I just can't.
Once again, that's my friend Jimmy. He's done with his work in 2 to 3 hours every day, and they want him to be in the office twice a week, and they want him to do this.
Right.
He just like logs in and then leaves his computer on at work,
right,
and then does other things or takes a nap and leaves it logged in because he's done. He has no work to do.
I mean, I'm busy.
He has no work,
but I'm not going to sit here and I'm done with my work. Like I'm.
If you're done for the day, move on. The day is done.
I've just had it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
fair. I think there's just a misconception in this country that like the people who own and run businesses think that you have to act a certain way.
Right. They're boomers. They're in the old generation.
The older generation is so lost.
Their parents were in the World War.
Right.
Or whatever. And they were like, oh, we work hard for everything. Fucking Bexy Lee or what's her name?
Okay.
I don't even fucking care.
So this is an interesting topic for me because I keep seeing people post about it and I always have a certain feeling and I think you will too.
Oh no.
But there is an entire collection of people here in Columbus who like to play in like reality TV game type things.
Yep, I know who they are.
Do like
yep.
And it's like Big Brother, Survivor, they're trying to traitors. It's all these little things.
Now,
okay.
Now
I followed some of them on Instagram.
So some of them I know very well.
Oh.
By that I mean I went to their
that.
afties the one time.
Okay.
But
because I'm trying to like figure out like what gets you into something like that. Like first of all, I don't even like the real shows. So like the idea of playing a game and being like
reality. Okay, I got it.
No, I'm not going fully into that. I won't call them all that.
No,
but I'm just
it's not. It's very.
Like, have you watched the videos and the posts?
Yes.
It's a little...
It's cute for their friends.
Okay. But it's like, they're trying to expand it.
They're trying to do like a Columbus thing where like Columbus own like... It's kind of like when like Canada Big Brother.
It's
kind of like Celebrity Big Brother. That makes sense. Like they're trying to make something happen that like, and you know what?
It's not happening.
I actually really want to say,
but it could be fun.
They do like the production part of it, and I have talked to someone about production because I think it's really
so like putting it on and
it's more about like filming and editing. I think it's really they're like really into being creative. So like, but also
because you could get clips and like you make good videos.
Oh, they do.
Like,
they have like a diary
like that.
People would sit down and be like, "Well, I fucking can't. I'm not."
Then I need to see that because I just see like still photos where I'm like, "Oh, that looks like."
No, they've been doing it. No. They've been doing it for a lot of years now. To where I think they now go to like Hocking Hills and invite so many people and like
now that.
And they have like and you get voted out. Like, bitch, you can get voted out.
Like you can stay on the property, right?
Right.
Okay, because we're in Hocking Hills.
You become part of production.
That's when I get naked and go in the hot tub.
Right.
Like,
that's when production hits, and
it's like, oh no,
I need a refill.
Yeah, let's keep. We got to get a refill.
Like I just need one.
We need to talk about that. You have to be able to be alone,
and it's really scary to me that some people are not.
There are a lot of people in the world, people that I know that cannot Be alone.
Oh, I know a couple in this area within a mile distance between.
Literally. Like
I
in
know,
a radius
yeah,
around
like
here.
there's a radius of people
It's
who
like,
are so.
hey, why don't you just try relaxing?
It's
Sit on the couch.
Okay, to sit in your own feelings, and that's the problem is they don't want to really deal with their feelings, so
Yeah.
they're trying to ignore the fact that there's something going on.
Some people cover them up with drinking.
Oh yeah, like okay, I'm gonna bring a box bottle of wine. I'm not saying that that's
Everywhere.
anybody specific, but
No,
I'm just
it's
saying
not
like in
specific.
general. And yeah, do I have drug use? Drug use. That was the sickness, not the drugs.
It was too. I could tell.
I
It
almost
was back
took a-
in the back of the nose.
Yeah,
It was a little.
it was like a little. I caught it.
You almost took a what?
Huh?
What did you almost take?
No, I almost said Robitussin. What are they called? A Dayquil. But I was like, no,
You don't need it.
I'm good.
So yeah, I just thought it was interesting that there's a whole collection of
So
people
do you-
who do reality TV.
But
and
what
I'm
was
wondering,
what were you wondering? Because there was
my
more to
takeaway
it.
was
Just give us your take.
I think you have to have like. You have to be on the spectrum of neurodivergence,
Yes.
like to participate in that. Because I just feel like most people are not watching those shows going like, I want to recreate this in like a shitty way in a small town in Ohio. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I'm judging it. I'm judging
You're
it too harshly because I haven't done it and I don't know the people. I feel like if I talked to them and like got their perspective on it and why they do it, I would instantly be like, yeah, that's fine. But from the outside, when I'm like seeing them post and do things on Instagram, I'm like, I get a cringe feeling.
So do
like
you
an
not?
I'm like, ooh.
So let's just like recap the real quick.
reality
Let's
TV for me.
Hi, but like every trip we go on, I make a little reality show. So I guess I am also in that classification.
Right. You are.
I am. I love it. I think it's really fun to like instead
are.
of just being like a random video or random clips from. I want to see what happened that weekend, and I want to have a story.
True.
Now, I don't know what to say.
So are you?
I am-
You are that cringe person for me. Like most people are cringe at you.
I'm in that.
You are a cringe maker.
Now, let's just be honest. We also have a podcast, and that's pretty cringe to some people.
It's actually very cringe.
It's very cringe.
So I'm in the same
So,
category as these
Kind of.
people. Is what we're saying.
We're
I like
basically
it.
all sort of just like trying to figure it out.
Basically, we're allies. We went full circle
What we're
here.
trying to do is actually make something fun when everything is died out
fun.
and is not fun. So we make up things.
You
to
know
try
what?
To,
I'm from now on. I will celebrate anyone trying to create more fun and happiness in the world.
that's all it is.
Okay, I
all
like
it is.
them. I like them.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe we should go on a celebrity, local celeb.
I would try it. I think I would try it.
I think I'd be really good.
I would cringe myself. Now,
That's cute, though. I mean, I think that's a good perspective, and I think it's a good thing to bring up.
well, you're welcome.
Thank you for bringing that
Cheers.
up. I think it's really funny though that like literally
It took me like a while.
I'm like,
I was like, I wrote it down. I decided I'm not going to make any judgment or decision on it. I'm like, I just have to see how you feel and feel it out.
and then I'm like,
and now I'm like,
do you remember? When
I actually like it.
Remember when I make videos literally about all the trips we go on? And I like have a narration. Remember I had a whole murder series. Okay.
Yeah. Now, here's another topic that I need to bring up because it's something that has been lacking in our lives, and we need to try whippets. What are whippets, and why haven't we
I thought they were
done
like
them?
poppers.
No, they're like better. Apparently, it's nitrous oxide.
it's like a laughing gas
but
shot.
Poppers are like amyl nitrate. So it's like when you get laughing gas at like the dentist, you can get a little packet and you inhale it and you feel great.
But it's really quick.
Who cares?
It's like 10 seconds.
So is life.
And that's the goddamn
In the blink of an eye, you're 40. Like
In the
it's,
blink of an eye,
what's a
you're
whippet
the old
then?
one.
Basically, you are a whippet to like a mountain.
But you can do whippets from like Lysol bottles.
Ew.
Yeah, it's like aerosol.
Oh. Well, yeah, you're right, because you can buy it to like make things like whipped cream, and you can do. But anyways, you can buy whippets; they're legal.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, have you ever had laughing gas? I haven't, but people love it.
Let me tell you something.
People love it.
When I had my wisdom teeth out
Yeah.
and I got that laughing gas,
I got like something stronger. I got like propofol or something.
it
It was.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah, I got something through an IV.
Well, I did as well.
okay, but you also.
But
got
I was
laughing gas.
nervous, so I was like really freaking. It was my first ever like surgery.
Well, also you're a
Also-
hypochondriac, freaking out about
Also,
everything medical.
It was when I had my wisdom teeth taken out. I thought for sure I was going to come out as gay when I
Same.
came out. So
No,
I was
no.
like, so I was panicked.
I was talking to a friend about this. I was like, isn't it weird how every gay person
Is scared about
was afraid during their wisdom teeth removal that they were going to come out?
Yep.
Like
I
I
mean,
got
I was
home and I was on the
scared.
couch on oxycodone. Like, did I talk to my mom about it? Did I tell my mom on the drive home? Did I tell mom? Did I tell mom? I still haven't asked her. I may have. What if I had and she already knew?
Oh,
I need to ask her.
you do need to ask her.
Oh, that's creeping
That
me
is
out. I
crazy.
almost got goosebumps.
So I was always scared of it. So then I was nervous. So they like put the mask on. It was vanilla flavored. And it was like
Oh,
vanilla
yum.
scent.
What?
So I was laying there. And I remember being like, it kind of is like being high, but also it's kind of like you're kind of just like not there, but you're there. And I remember one of the guys. I don't know if he had a tick or it was the laughing gas, but he kept doing like. And I remember seeing it, and I was like, maybe it's the laughing gas. Because I did think he was hot, actually.
You're just staring like,
fucked up.
You look fucked up.
I'm like,
and he's like, you're fucked up.
And I'm like, oh, maybe that's just me. And then all of a
No, I
sudden,
had a neighbor across the street. Her dad had a tick like that where he was just constantly.
but it like I didn't notice at the beginning, and then all of a sudden I'm like, maybe you're more hyper aware or something. And I was like, and then they tapped me in the head. I remember they tapped me here, and they're like, you there? And they did like the propofol, but it was like a light dose because it was in the office. So it was like not.
Oh, okay.
I think he was the anesthesiologist actually that was there. Like it was like in an office though, so it wasn't like a real. It was. I was out, but like.
Now I'm wondering, maybe you were just on laugh.
I was
they
on
wouldn't
propofol.
cut into your jaw. I mean,
No.
it would hurt. You had to be out.
I was
feel like.
out.
Okay,
I was
but
out 'cause I don't remember
before
it.
they put you out with propofol. They were worried
Right.
you were going to panic.
So I was in a full like I was
Okay.
like, this is fine, I'm great. I guess they told my dad like the minute it went on my face that I was fine. I'm like, well, I'm a drug addict.
you kind of are a drug addict.
Kind of am. I kind of like them. And that was actually my first experience with Percocet. And let me tell you,
I can't do Percocet.
Let me tell you,
'cause my feeling was I
2 seconds away from.
I couldn't fall asleep for like a week after I stopped it. I was like, I want more oxycodone.
Oh my God,
it's
it
the
was-
only way I can sleep. I slept so
Listen.
good on it. I would just go to bed and be like, it's 2 p.m. I'm taking a
It,
nap.
like, kinda like-
I'm having pain.
Oh my
Mom.
God, it
and
gives
I'm
you
like,
like,
I'm warm. I was warm.
It used to make me feel like horny in my stomach.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. Like in like a weird
that
like
warm,
a
yeah. I feel like
I don't know how to describe that, but it was like a feeling of like euphoria, kind of.
I can see why people get addicted.
I'm
'cause
like,
I
well,
was
where's
like,
the heroin? Because I'm ready.
You're like-
I'm fucking. Why didn't I go down that route?
I know.
Where would I be today?
Probably in a better place.
Maybe.
You'd be skinny.
Well, I'd probably have a whole program to like help people get off of drugs, and I'd be rich.
You'd be in
and-
Malibu. Like you
I'd be
could.
like,
oh, yeah.
guys,
I lived it. I lived this
lived
experience.
it.
I know what
I-
being an addict is like.
Now I'm California sober.
I love people who go from just alcohol to weed. There's like a category of people. I'm like, so I'm glad you stopped alcohol, but now you take 5
Now you
gummies a day and
black out on
smoke.
weed.
You smoke 4 times a day.
And you're
I'm like, how often do you smoke? And they're like 3-4 times a day. I'm
I
like,
wake up and wake and
okay.
bake.
Yeah, wake and bake. It's like, well, I mean, I guess it's not alcohol, but like
I'm not judging you, but
you're smoking a lot. Okay.
so yeah, yeah. So I
love that.
laughing gas is fun. Like so, maybe we
whippets
should do
would be
whippets.
fun.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's one of those drugs that's fun because the younger kids are doing it right now, and like straights
Gen
are
Z.
doing it.
Yeah, the straights have always done it. So
Straights and Gen
So
Z
I was always told that poppers are
gay
whippets.
and no,
Like,
they're a different compound, but similar effects.
Yeah, like it's like the same thing, but
Similar effects,
different.
different compound.
And your hole opens up with.
Oh, you don't even need them for that. It's fine.
I don't know. I feel like I am kind of tight.
Everyone, crickets. Like, where's the crickets button? I feel like I am kind of tight.
I'm so fucking tight.
You're not fucking tight.
Girl, fuck.
You're not tight. Ain't no fucking way.
She might be tight. She
You were
might not.
thinking about getting DP'd the other week. Like, you're not tight.
Not at the same time. Oh, there's
Even
no-
one after another for a tight hole is impossible.
That's right. I have a topic that's really cunty.
Okay, let's get
and-
cunty.
It's like you're gonna everyone's gonna judge me, and I wrote it last night actually, and I wrote it as I was very high, so I'm gonna read it as is. So it might be like not making sense. This is going to be terrible, but when I see those reunion shows from adoption and they see their parents and their parents are like rode hard and put up wet, missing teeth, it makes me feel bad for the adopted kid to have to see its future self that abrupt.
Yeah, but they've been adopted out of that lifestyle, so like
Right,
they
but
won't
then
be
they're
like. But they're like, oh, that's how I'm gonna
So,
look.
I'm just gonna set up and paint the picture for
Okay,
you.
paint the fucking picture.
He was like a cute guy, kind of.
Kinda.
Yeah, he was kind of cute. Like he was 30 years old. He's a cute. Like you could tell he like grew up in a different kind of a place than his family that he was going to meet. Which
What show is this?
I don't know. I gotta find.
I want to fucking see
you know, It was
this.
on this. Oh my god! I wish I would have.
Do you know what I really feel about you? And I hate to say it. I feel like you could be adopted. And I wouldn't be surprised if one day you were like, I was adopted. I would be like,
Unfortunately, I've
'Cause
already-
your dad,
I've
like-
already had the DNA tests. Because
why did you have to have the
my
DNA
mom?
test?
My mom and my no. My mom and dad did the
What the fuck?
ancestry. And
Why?
because we all did ancestry because we wanted to see our ancestors. So it matches you with your parents.
Okay.
So-
why do you need DNA for that? My sister did that with just birth certificates and filed public documents.
Oh,
you don't need to do DNA.
No, it tracks. Have you never done ancestry before or heard about it?
Yeah, my sister has it all mapped out, our whole family.
Yeah, but she maybe had time to do that. I was going right for the blood work.
Okay.
So you basically give a sample.
So it's like when you send it away from your dog and you're like, they're half this and half Pekingese.
Which I haven't done for Pam yet, which I need to, because I feel like she's got something in her. Something weird.
Chihuahua. She's crazy, yeah.
So
okay.
I want to find.
So you're not adopted, but like this is a video where like an adopted kid finally meets her birth parents, and like are they with their adopted parents, or is it like?
It's like a new show, I think. And so he pulls up in the car, and there's a guy meeting him outside, and he's like, "Hi, I'm John," and the guy was like, "Hi, I'm Bill," and he's like, "Well, how am I related to you?" And he's like, "I'm your brother," and he was like, "Not cute," and I was like, "Okay, okay."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Okay." Then we walk inside, and there's this.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! It's my 600-pound life.
This guy who had like really jaggedy ass teeth, like dirty, skinny, like looked like he smoked Marlboro Reds, like long hair,
like meth in the past.
Yeah, like who rode hard and put up wet.
Yeah, there's a lot of that around here, by the way, even amongst the gays.
Well, sure. And then I go, and then he walks in, and he goes, and the guy walks. The dad stands up and was like, and the son was like, "And who are you?" he's like,
"Who are you?
I'm your father," and he was like, and then he hugged him, but I'm like,
he's thinking,
girl,
what the fuck? Yeah, he's
first of all, you smell like dirty hot dog water. I mean, there's a reason why I was adopted out of this family. I don't know.
My
Do you know
God,
what I'm saying?
no, it shows nature versus nurture. Like, you are a big product of your environment too, because like there's a lot of people that look okay only because they're rich. Like, if you took away the money, you took away that designer handbag, you put them in a trailer park, and they'd look the part. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And I'm kind of
so that might be like the show where they meet their birth parents, and it's like, well,
it's always
if you hadn't been adopted,
right? This
would be.
But it's actually kind of funny because like he had straight teeth and he was like clean skin.
He got braces. He didn't smoke. He doesn't do drugs.
I'm Wayne. I'm your daddy.
I'm Rachel.
It's kind of emotional, and I'm not.
It is kind of emotional. I think we like that.
Like, I'm not making fun of like the whole process, but I just feel like
but it does show you.
In my high mind, I thought to myself, you know,
you're lucky where you ended up.
You have to like really.
It's all just a roll of the dice.
You have to really like.
You have to be lucky.
Well, you have to be like, oh, you're my dad. Hi, Dad. And maybe it's emotional, but like if I'm looking at like some gremlin, I'm not.
I'm gonna start crying. I would be like, oh, that's gonna be me.
Well, that's why exactly I was thinking. I was like, you're gonna see a glimpse of yourself in the future.
No,
and a lot of times you do match up with one of your parents. No,
if you have ugly parents, ditch them. Like, put them in a home. It's not. You cannot become your parents.
No.
Well, and why would you?
And why would you? And you don't have to.
You couldn't. As we get older, I do realize how creepy and cringe it is when like a 50+ person makes a sex joke. Have you had that?
Let's go ahead and
yet?
go 60+.
Where they think,
60+.
let's say 60+, but they think it's funny or like sexy to be, and then they wink at you like,
yeah.
And I'm like, no,
yeah,
they absolutely.
Cringe.
You belong in a diaper.
They used to do that at the golf course.
It's a no.
You see pussy last night. I'm like,
you're 65.
I'm like,
you're 65.
Like pussy.
You're a grandpa. You shouldn't be talking about pussy anymore. Retire. It's time. No one thinks you're cute or hot except for the 80-year-old woman who's in a nursing home. Maybe her. That's it. You're not cute. You're not hot. You don't have any currency with us. Stop making sex jokes when you're in your 60s.
It's not cute. It's just not.
It's not. It's the opposite of cute.
Again, if you're with your own peers and stuff, okay. But if you're going up to like a 20-year-old kid that just came back from college, and you're like, you're getting some pussy in college, it's like
what?
First of all,
I'm barely passing my courses. I had to retake organic chemistry.
You're my fucking first communion sponsor. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, now you're asking me if I'm getting pussy at college?
Like growing up, I looked up to you.
Right.
Now you're talking about pussy like it's nothing.
Right. It just makes no sense to me.
Yeah. So I have some other topics.
Yeah, go for it.
So there was a school in Pennsylvania. I wish I'd saved photos, but one of, you know how Republicans always say that trans adults are threatening our children. Trans adults are child molesters. Gays are child molesters. We're going after kids. We're trying to spy on kids in the bathrooms. That's why trans, they're like, biological men are going into women's restrooms to spy on little girls. And it's like, no, that's really not what they're into. That's not what trans people do. They want to go pee in peace and not be harassed or bullied.
I'm so sick of that.
Right. It doesn't even make sense. Well, there's a school in Pennsylvania that decided the bathrooms that the trans kids use, like the unisex bathrooms, they put a window in it so they could look in and see under the stalls and see all the doors of the stalls. They can see into the bathroom from the hallway. So they are spying on trans kids.
Wait.
After they accuse trans people of spying on kids in bathrooms, they have decided to spy on the trans kids in the bathroom.
So you're really the ones that are the problem.
You are the ones spying on the kids.
Yeah, like
you want to spy on kids going to the bathroom. The Republicans
again.
But they're saying this is to protect children. It's just like when they wanted there to be an inspector who's not a doctor to check the genitalia of anyone in high school who's accused of being trans. Like if another team wins, one parent can be like, that is a trans girl. It's just actually like a 15-year-old black girl. But they're like, she's good at basketball and she's tall.
Yep.
Trans, check her. And so some inspector goes to do a vaginal exam on her. Like, how fucked up is this?
And I agree with that. And actually, I just read something on Twitter. Somebody posted they had alopecia.
Yeah.
And they were in the bathroom. And I think
Someone
she
was
works
like,
out.
you're a man. And it's like, I'm not
you're fucking sick. And she's like, I'm
a woman.
Like, what do I need to show you my pussy?
Right.
Like,
I'm a fucking woman. But they won't believe. I know some of these crazy harassers, these Republicans are like, you're trans. And it's like, you don't even know what trans means.
But it's also because all of a sudden now you put on these ads and like
the ads that we see around election, there's no surgeries being performed on children.
Like Bernie Moran, or I don't know what they're saying. Like,
Sherrod Brown wants to perform surgery on children.
Yeah.
And it's like, no surgeries are taking
what is
place
your
on children.
Exactly?
What's your platform? What are you going to do to make things better?
Because that's all you're talking about is like the 7 trans kids that got surgeries.
Literally. It's like no one. Like, actually, they don't do them on under 18.
No,
so it's like no one's getting surgery, but you're talking about it nonstop as if it's happening on the street corner all around us. Like, another kid got surgery.
Let's talk about the kids that are being molested by you or the priest or the doctors or the nurses
or the coach or the police officer or everyone. I mean, it's always Republicans.
It's always straights.
It's always the straights. And yeah, you guys are the ones molesting kids. Never a drag queen. Never a drag queen.
It's never a drag queen. And then when if it is one drag queen, they're like, say?
Yeah.
It's like, hi,
1 out of 10,000 this month.
Okay, interesting. It's so fucked up. Anyway, I can't even go there.
So I just thought that was funny. I was like, wow, so you are the one spying on the kids.
That's actually really fucked up. And it's really sad to me that we're so worried about what? Like
what?
Peeing and pooping?
Right. Now, this other thing, I sent this to you. I'm gay, not stupid. I'm voting for Trump. Remember that? Those videos?
Oh, my God.
I don't recall my gay rights being taken away from me when Trump was president. I'm gay, not stupid.
I'm just saying, I'm gay, I'm not stupid. Make America great again.
As a mother of 4 and a grandmother to 3, I know I'm sure ready for safer communities, cheaper gas, and food.
None of that Trump's not affecting any of that.
Voting Trump dance this election.
Here in Colorado, we understand the difference of Democratic policy. That's why I'm voting for Donald Trump and J.D. Vance in November. I'm gay, not stupid.
I'm gay.
How dumb do these people?
Stupid.
No, they all have a look.
Yeah, they all have a look.
I'm stupid. And I'm gay.
He's like auditioning.
I'm not stupid. And I'm gay.
And I'm gay. He's looking at the cue card.
I'm not stupid. And I'm not gay. Okay. Please let me try. Just let me try one more time. I'm not stupid. I'm just gay.
I'm just gay. I'm just a little faggot. It's so good. Why is he so good at all of this?
Well, it was all about delivery and timing.
Carrie O'Donnell, so perfect. Like, and
perfect.
Constantly just everything he posts is gold. But like
it's timing for me.
The timing. There's gays for Trump. It's so funny. It's so funny.
It's so embarrassing.
These people are so out of touch.
It's like, how
Did you
far
see that
gone?
video of Trump being like, "Where are the gays for Trump?" He's like, "You don't look gay." Did you see that? Yes. It's like, what do you mean we don't look gay?
Except for in the last episode, AI wrote there actually was a study that came out that there is gay face.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Like
that picture of
legit.
that guy you showed me today, I was like, yeah, he looks
Well,
gay.
even the Trumps for gays, you're like, something's not
All of those
adding
people
up.
looked gay.
And there's some people who don't have gay face, I want to say.
I'm trying to think of some. It's hard.
I guess, do I have gay face?
It depends if you're smiling
Right,
or
it
not,
depends,
or like
right?
what
If
you're
I'm like-
doing. If you're staring at a hockey game TV,
No.
But like most of the time, like when I see you at a bar, I'm like, yeah.
Well, yeah, if I'm going, no, but I feel like there's just a look like it's the mouth.
There is a
or it's
little-
like, I don't. Anyway, this makes me think of my sundry, though.
Okay, sundries. Yeah, it's time for sundries.
It is. It's already an hour in.
I love it. I have more topics, but
Well, we
got
Zach on
sundries.
one.
Yeah, we got to do sundries.
My sundry this week is going to be, it's going to touch on some science. It's going to touch on some politics. It's going to touch on some
Oh my God, what?
situations.
Okay, I'm kind of freaked out, but I'm ready.
I have been seeing reports and I've heard of people speaking about how scientists are actually creating storms to go over red states
Oh my God.
to wipe them out.
Oh my God.
And there was a study in 1937 or something where they tried to throw dry ice in the air. And I don't know what happened with it. They were trying to make them less strong. And then they came to the conclusion that they can't change what nature's going to bring.
Right. Surprise,
Surprise,
surprise.
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 So because of that one study, we have people like, example, Marjorie Taylor Greene, which are we shocked we're bringing her fucking name
Wow.
up again?
Yeah, here comes her name
Here
again.
comes fucking Butch Arms. Butch body, lesbian bitch.
Bad built, bleach blonde, butch
not even-
body.
she couldn't even be lesbian, that's
Bad
the
built,
problem.
bleach blonde, butch body.
You bad built, bleach blonde, butch body bitch.
And that's so accurate.
It's
Like,
so
it
accurate.
fits perfectly.
It's on fucking
It's
key.
like,
So we
your
have
trainer
her.
must be gay because he wanted you to look like a gay man.
She literally writes something. I mean, it's like, oh, and I love how we have to convince you guys that they're not making weather out there or something. I'm like, are we? Wait.
Wait, you have to convince what?
So wait a second.
You think they're making the weather?
A really good counteract to it. It was a Democrat, like a liberal guy, and he was like, "Oh, are you guys mad because you don't know how to make weather? Are you just mad?" And it was actually kind of funny.
Yeah, it's
'cause I
like,
was like,
why wouldn't you make weather
right?
then?
If it's such a thing, and they're like, this, and then they said, she goes, "It's the scientist."
So the scientists you don't trust who can make weather,
So the scientists,
you don't want to talk to them.
But you're making it sound like the scientists are the government, but you're the government.
Right, you are in the government, bitch. You
So
control
you
the
should-
House of Representatives. You're a
half-
Republican Party.
The money that's going
The
to
whole
do
Supreme
research
Court, Republican.
is coming from Congress and
Right.
shit. Like it's not
Like
so,
NOAA, all these groups get
Right,
money
like-
from Congress.
Right,
That's you.
you girlfriend,
You're the one funding it, but now they can make weather. I'm like, and the funny thing, they talk about cloud seeding, which doesn't change the pressure of the atmosphere.
No.
It just tries to pull moisture and make rain. And do you know the state that uses cloud seeding the most? Texas. And they've been doing it for decades.
Right.
It's like,
But
so
I'll-
why would Texas use that technology, but then it's being used to make hurricanes worse? And interesting, Mar-a-Lago's still there. You'd think if we could make a hurricane take anything out,
Yeah.
we would have it go right over
Honestly,
Mar-a-Lago.
we don't even have to take over. Like Florida's already a fucking shit
It's
show.
already a shit show.
If we're
I
going
mean, we don't-
anywhere, we're-
I know. It's like we don't want it.
We don't
You can
want
have
it.
it. Florida,
Honestly.
underwater in a few years. Like it's fine.
It's already
Keep it.
going.
Keep it. I love that they have. I'm like, oh, you have to rebuild again,
I think it's really kind of a fucked
and
up
now
thing.
no insurance company will cover you. Yeah, because it's worth. Like, stop
kind of
building it
fucked
up.
up.
Get rid of it.
Well, it's like
done.
weird. It's a way to keep the economy stimulated too. In a
It's
way,
the only
like,
way for them. They're
oh,
like,
we're gonna
we've got to
rebuild.
rebuild
It's like-
and come back better than ever.
I did hear like the North Carolina people, which that was
Oh,
like
I know.
actually
That was
weather
terrible.
anomaly. They said is actually like a very rare event where one weather system
beyond.
pulls the other. So there was rain already. It was already raining like a lot in North Carolina.
Yes.
enough to like flood, but not like torrentially. And then whatever
Here
reason that
comes
pressure system pulled the hurricane.
Elen.
That's why the hurricane went where it went. It pulled, and so but they said that there's like. I mean, they're saying on videos like there's bodies
they still don't have
everywhere.
They still don't have running
all
water
over the
2-3
place.
weeks. Yeah,
They're under sand. There's like they're saying only 100 people are
Decomposed.
dead. There's like they can smell it in the air.
yeah.
So
That's the part where you're like, oh my fucking god.
and I feel terrible. I don't know what to do. Like I don't know what I can do.
And the funniest thing is like these same Republicans like Lindsey Graham go on and they complain about funding and all that. Well, first of all, Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, won't call them back to get more funding.
Right.
First of all, they have enough funding. They do. They've already said that. Meanwhile, if there's not enough funding, then why are we sending another $11 billion to Israel? At the exact same time, he's like, we've got to send $1 billion to Israel, our ally. But then they're complaining, we
your
don't have
own
enough
American
money
people-
for. It's like, stop sending money to them. Stop
Hi.
sending money abroad.
It
If you want to
takes-
be America first, that excludes Israel, but it doesn't for them. So that's why you can't take any of these Republicans seriously.
No,
like
they're
they're
all
just
dumb.
jokesters and
by that I
liars.
mean honestly, 80% of probably Congress.
Yeah, it's not just them.
It's not just them.
I'm not trying to. I've been saying Republican a lot, but Democrats are the same way.
I mean,
there's blue MAGA that are exactly. You criticize them just a little bit, and they're like, "How dare you? You're helping Trump." It's like, actually, I just don't like what the Democratic Party's doing either. So I think calling it out, and they're like, "You're helping Trump get elected." It's like, wait, what? I'm sorry. I thought we're not allowed to. Okay, so we just have to toe the line and shut up and just do whatever the leader says. That's MAGA. That's literally the same as MAGA. We've got a lot of blue MAGA out there.
We got a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And although
our differences may seem vast,
they're actually really not,
as a people. They're not.
It's crazy. We're
They're
so
not.
in the middle, a lot of us.
Yeah, most of us are not.
And then you have these like outliers that are like making everything hell. And it's like...
Right. Most of us in the middle are like, this is fucked up.
Yeah, like, this is stupid.
This is fucked up. How do we get rid of these people?
I might say something stupid.
I might say something stupid. Charlie. Now, my sundry, I'm trying to find the video that goes with it, so just give me a sec.
Okay.
Here it is. Okay. Did I send this to you? Let's see if you recognize it. Okay. This resonated with me so strongly, I recorded the video from his story because I didn't think it would be up tomorrow. And speaking of Kansas City, shout out. Okay. Oh, my God.
I don't know if I'm just like turning 30 in a couple months and getting like classic old guy, or if I'm right, or if I'm losing my mind. I hate that everything is robots now. I just went into my bank. There's 7 people working, and they directed me to a kiosk. They're like, oh, you can actually do what you need on a kiosk.
This happened at my bank.
I don't want to do what I need on a kiosk. I hate the kiosk. I don't want to talk to the robot. I don't want to click through the fucking prompts. If I wanted iPad time, I would be in my house. I just hate, I don't want to talk to the robots. You have to order... You have to order from a fucking kiosk at the restaurant, and then you have to check yourself out on the kiosk. I want to outlaw kiosks. I don't ever want to see a kiosk again. I don't want to check myself out at the grocery store. I don't want to do any of this stuff.
No, I do.
I want to talk to somebody. I want to see a fucking physical, real person helping. I want to help. I want help from them. I want to talk to them. I want to see a human being's eyes looking at me and interacting with me.
This is an anti-kiosk page. If you are a kiosk lover,
I really feel like that's so true.
I walk into my bank and there's 3 people. Right. There's 3 people sitting across the desk, and I'm like, I'm trying to like deposit
and they're also
this
like
check, and they're just like staring at you. Yeah. And I'm like,
they're
hi.
Like on their phone.
Hi, they're like, just so you know, next you can do that on that machine there. I'm
then
like,
why are you here?
I know I can. I don't know how to, and I don't want to learn. I want to walk up to you, give me this check that I've signed on the back, and you to put it in the fucking my checking account. You do it.
All fake.
I go to the fucking Kroger, and I'm like, oh, I have a full cart, probably $300-$400 worth of groceries, and I'm like, there's no one open, so I go to the self checkout where there's 4 bags that I can
where
put it in.
They don't have it set up right.
Just 4 bags, and I'm like, so there's going to be more than 4 bags, so then I have to like start taking the bags out and putting them on the little scale thing on the top.
Yep.
And I'm rearranging.
Like,
meanwhile,
did you put
30
the bag
minutes
in the
later,
bag?
yeah. And every time I do it, they're like, please put the item back in the bag.
Like it's in the bag.
I don't want to touch a kiosk. Like I don't want to deal with it.
I think it's a really interesting point though, because like we still have the same amount of workers.
We still, but we're not utilizing them. Why not? Why aren't we utilizing the workers?
Why am I working?
Why am I working
Do you know
for
what I'm
you?
saying?
That's what Matt always says. He's like, are they going to send me a check in the mail for checking myself out of this grocery store? I'm like, well, you are basically a worker every time you go.
Yeah.
You really
Which
are.
I do at CVS. There's
You
one near,
like it.
There's one near my road that I just don't like interacting with people. Like
it does depend on the group of people. Like there's certain areas like I don't want to talk to that person.
I'm just scanning and going, bitch.
Yeah,
like, I'd rather instead of being like,
I do that at Sheetz too. I just grab shit and scan out.
Scan and go. You got to scan and go. But
so there's a time and place, but at restaurants too, it's like weird when I like sit down at a table. It's like table service.
But there's nobody
and
telling
I order
me
from
either.
here, and I order on my phone, and then I check out and pay on my phone. And it's like, yeah, technically they do bring the food to your table, but you don't like interact with them. You're not like, can I get another water refill? You have to order on your fucking phone.
They're like, tip. I'm like,
tip.
You're just walking around.
I can go pick it up from the window if you're not gonna take the order and I mean, it's like. It's really weird.
It's weird. It's a weird world.
They want us to tip on things that they don't do.
And then I'm sitting there thinking, like, these are the dumb ones.
Yeah,
so, like, are we the dumb ones then? This is the conversation I was having with you over the phone. Like, via text. Like, are the ones that are running the country, like us, like the people who are actually like, doing the work
and dragging people
along, were we brainwashed into thinking that this is the only way to do it?
Yeah.
Because that's the only way. Like, I don't know. I feel like we're the ones.
Because that's the way the corporations present it.
Right. So we're like, we have to go to work. We
don't want to pay these hourly baggers and these hourly cashiers. So we're going to put self-checkout lanes. And we're going to tell them it's faster.
But meanwhile,
so put it in. And it's not faster because it never is. There's always a fucking line down to the meat department in the refrigerated aisle, down an entire aisle at Kroger. Every day I go, I'm like, oh my God, I can't fucking check out.
I'm going to go to hell. But I will say that sometimes it is nice not having to interact with Corky.
Yeah.
At the Kroger.
I will say, I don't know what program they've got going on at Kroger. Yes, they're quirky.
Do you know what Corky is?
Corky? Okay, because do you know what Matt calls the one that we always talked about our Kroger? The Kroger ogre. Matt's like, did you see the Kroger ogre today?
The baggers are always
he has a square rectangular face, glasses, and it's like,
yeah, it's like, are you touching my food?
It's like, oh, and he's like, I haven't tried this one yet. I'm like, put it in the bag.
It's
Jerry, put it in the bag. Put it in the bag, Jerry. And then they put one item in 2 bags and then toss it in the cart. And I'm like, I don't want to carry in 500 bags. This could all fit in 20 bags. Do you not have that?
Yeah, no,
I've noticed like the baggers sometimes don't realize you can put multiple items in one bag. And I'm like,
it's more because they went cheaper.
Right.
So now they have the double
cheaper
bag.
bags. They do
and I'm like,
bag.
so you're doing 2 for 1 when you could have just done 1.
Right.
So you can,
and then I have to make
same.
50. This is why I started lifting, because I was tired of making 50 trips from my car to the house.
Well, this is why I
and getting tired of carrying.
We bring the
big bags.
The bag
yourself.
we just throw it in.
Right. I just want to carry everything in at once.
One bag. I
put it on my shoulders, and I'm like, burp, 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 burp.
I mean, a pet peeve is literally just I cannot stand.
I can't stand bringing bags in. I can't either.
Stand changing laundry.
That's a sundry. I can't do it.
Can't do it.
The chores.
Don't ask us to bag for you, bitch.
Chores.
We're not bagging for you.
We're not going to bag.
We're not baggers. We're faggers.
And that's another episode.
Call us 614-721-5336. Thank you, Diane, for calling us.
Thank you to all of our exes. I would like my ex to call in. He's a baker.
Oh, yeah.
614-721-5336.
I don't really have any other real
teases. I have a tease. I'm going to New York in a week and a half for 5 nights.
Oh, my God.
So hopefully
it's a week and a half?
So I gather some info. Yeah, not this Wednesday, but the next Wednesday. Yeah.
Girl,
I'm
so confusing sometimes. Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
You can still come. Yeah. I mean, you know where to find us. You can stay in any hotel you want. We'll meet up for drinks and dinner, and not even dinner. We'll just go to the Eagle.
Yeah, because I can't do your...
We'll just do it. I'm not doing any of that.
No.
I'm doing how we did it. I have no reservations.
Yeah, but...
I have 1 reservation, 1 show for 5 nights. That's it.
I'd rather...
Period.
Now...
we're just going to the Eagle every night. And if he doesn't want to be there, he can go back to the hotel. Like, I don't care.
Well, and surprising news coming.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I was like, well, yeah. Oh, it's a whole thing. We'll talk about that off the air.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.
Wait, what? Yeah. I'm sorry. What?